Welcome, everybody, back to the Pub List. My name is James.
I'm Adam.
This is Adam, and we have a lot to talk about today. We got the NBA draft. We got,
NHL draft.
dude, I don't know anything that's going on in the NHL for a draft, so
that'll
be for next week.
I just know they both the Bulls and Blackhawks have the 8th pick in the draft.
There you go.
And only one team was trying to be bad.
And well, yes, one team was only trying to be bad, and yeah. So yeah, we got the NBA draft to talk about. We got some NBA free agency. A lot has been happening. Free agency is of course in July 1st, but a lot of shit has been happening right now. And then we got WWE. A lot of WWE, and you said, maybe between the two or whatever, we'll talk about sports movies, and whatever the topic on that is. So, with the NBA draft, I'm just going to go straight out and say it. Half of the top 10 will be busts. Half.
Maybe.
Ayton, bust. Doncic. Is that how you say his name?
Doncic.
Doncic?
Yeah.
Doncic, busts. Who else? I think Michael Porter Jr. will be okay.
If he stays healthy.
I think Bagley III will be okay.
Bagley.
You know what? I like Jackson. I like Jackson.
I think Jackson and Bagley could be good. Bagley reminds me of kind of like Garnett. Like just aggressive, crazy, fight for everything.
Yeah.
So, there were rumors of people like trading up, some say for Bamba and Doncic.
Bust.
But
Mo Bust. That's what it is.
If I was a team trading up, there's only like 2 or 3 players I'd really want. I want Porter.
Yeah.
Bagley.
Yeah.
Or, I'd say Ayton just because, some teams it would be nice to have the size if you have them. 2 just huge presence in the middle. It makes it hard to score, hard to drive, even though most of it's 3-pointers now. Every once in a while, you got to try to drive in. If you have 2 people that big, it's going to be hard to go.
Yeah.
Or Jackson. But, people are saying, everyone's rumored to be trying to trade for Bamba or who was the other one? Bridges.
Bridges. Yeah. Yeah, I think Bridges will be okay.
Bridges will be okay, but, speaking, from for Chicago, from a Bulls point of view, Bridges would be their prototypical pick. Because it's a safe pick, not much upside, but he's a good player who played 4 years, who's averaged good points, but doesn't have a high ceiling.
No.
But his floor is a little higher because you're not expecting much out of him.
Right.
Just once.
You're not expecting a whole lot. He's going to hit basement.
As a Bulls fan, I'd kind of wish they would do there wasn't really much of a option between Rose and Beasley because it was kind of apparent that Beasley was
not ready,
and that Rose is from here, so he was going to but Rose was the last high risk player they took. Didn't end well because he tore his ACL 10 times, but
yes.
But before that, he was an MVP. He was leading the Bulls to playoffs almost year after year. They could have won that. I think they could have won that championship that they got outdid in the first round by Sixers.
Yes, when they won 60 games.
Yeah, but he was the last high-risk player they took.
Right.
And with the high upside. That's why I want to get someone like Bagley or Porter. Even if Porter can only last 4 or 5 years. Just do everything you can to make this next 2 years.
I'm having back.
Next 2 years, quick that you're ready to go now, and then.
Well, yeah. I don't know how ready you can be right now. Because there's only going to be 2 or 3,
and he's getting.
Yeah, but there's going to only be 2 or 3 teams that are going to win the championship for the next 5 years anyway, so it doesn't matter wherever LeBron is. Golden State and maybe Houston 1 year, maybe Boston too.
I don't know if Houston's gonna.
But no, Trae Young. I think Trae Young will be at best a 6th man. So I'm not going to put him in the bust column. because
for
I
as much
think
as he's
he'll
hyped, like
be.
people saying he's the next Steph Curry.
Well, he
and-
hasn't done that much.
But that's what all the analysts were saying. Oh, he's the next Steph Curry.
All the analysts are busts too. How about that?
But he could be good. But I think his floor is kind of like Kyle Korver, Jimmer Fredette, like just an average bench player.
Jimmer Fredette, he was
like
terrible.
Yeah, but at the beginning he was still able to hit shots.
More like Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver's at least consistent.
But if your floor is the worst that you can be, it would be Jimmer or
that's a pretty low floor.
And like his ceiling is obviously like Steph, but the problem is he's not as big as Steph. He's not as athletic as Steph was, and Steph even in college had like some basic understanding of defense.
It's true,
and Trey really doesn't yet.
It's true, but I just believe you know what, I just have that feeling. I know. In the very beginning, everybody's saying how deep this draft is, and oh my God, it's
they say that every year. Like
great deep draft.
This is the year for all the stars in the draft.
I think this draft, your best player is going to be some random ass dude in the 20th pick or the 22nd pick. This is going to be the draft. It's like, hey, you remember the 2018 draft? Boy, did that suck. And that's what it's going to be. I am not with the majority on this. I'm not a firm believer on a lot of these players. Bridges, I think, will be okay. I think Michael Porter Jr., I know he's got the problems, but I think he'll have a better career than Mo Bamba. Guaranteed.
Depending on where they go.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing too. It's where they go, you know. But I think Trae Young will be okay, and I think who was the other guy?
Jackson.
Shit. Yeah, Jackson. I think Jackson is gonna be the best top 10 pick of the whole draft. I don't think he'll be the best one because I think some random ass guy is gonna be really good.
I think Bagley is gonna be the best player of the draft.
Oh yeah, I like Bagley.
Bagley
I forgot about Bagley.
About
Bagley. Yes.
Most pro ready.
Bagley.
He doesn't have an injury history like Porter.
No.
He's
you're right.
Strong enough. He knows his role in each game. I think he's going to be probably him or Porter will probably be the best pick of this draft.
Whoever gets Bagley, they're going to get a multi-all-star player.
Yeah.
Multi-all-star player. I don't know what else because this is such a top-heavy league. So just multi-all-star players is the best you can get these days. That's what I got with the draft. But I wanted to talk a lot. I want to talk about
Dwight Howard going to the Nets.
He went to the Nets?
Yeah, he got traded to the Nets.
Dwight Howard got traded to the Nets, everybody. I mean, that is the biggest thing out of the NBA right now. Like, you can't beat that. So Dwight Howard is going to go to a team that I think they got some good – well, it doesn't matter about their picks because I think this year's going to be a bust. But
they don't even have their pick.
Oh, yeah, they don't. That's right. They gave it away. They gave it
away for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Boston's got their pick. How lovely is that? No, I want to talk about Kawhi Leonard and what's going on with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is it's a mess because a lot of things going on with Kawhi Leonard. He wants to be traded away. He wants to be traded to the Lakers. The Spurs are like, we could trade you, but we're going to trade you to somewhere that we're going to get the best trade back. And then Kawhi said, well, I'm just going to tell any team that I go to that I'm going to LA. I'm going to Los Angeles.
I'd trade him to the Clippers then.
There was a report today that Doc Rivers said that they are trying anything and everything pretty much to trade for Kawhi Leonard. So I don't know if that's I don't know if Kawhi wants to go to the Lakers or just an LA-based team. I still can't believe
that the Clippers traded Griffin last year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they did. They because they wanted to rebuild, and now it's like, oh wait.
Yeah, but he was like their. Yeah, but then if they wouldn't have done that, wouldn't that be a more appealing place for Kawhi to have been like, okay, I'll go Clippers or Lakers because
Well,
Clippers
yeah,
would have had
because
Blake
well,
Griffin. They would have had.
you didn't know this crap was going to go on with Kawhi Leonard because it was during the season when, and this is where it gets so gray area. Kawhi Leonard's people, his group, was telling the Spurs, no, he's too injured. He can't come back. He can't come back. When I think the doctors said he could, it was kind of like a Derrick Rose
They just
situation.
waiting for Jesus to tell him when he could play.
Yeah, and Tony Parker had enough of it, and even said he's had the same injury, just 1,000 times worse or 100 times worse. Don't quote me on it. And he came back a lot sooner. So I'm trying to put myself in Kawhi Leonard's shoes. If you got your teammates already sort of turning on you, like, oh well, he's a star and he doesn't want to come back, so screw him. I'll just throw him under the bus to the public, and even my coach is now sort of doing it. I understand where Kawhi is coming from, but I don't know.
But
I don't like how the NBA is with this crap.
I mean, I don't like how the NBA is, period. But like
Yes.
with Kawhi's thing, like the reason I don't think he cares about those teammates or his coach turning on him saying like, "Oh, I could have come back sooner. Oh, he should have been back soon," is because like not much is really known about like Kawhi. He may
He's very
not.
sweet.
Yeah,
He's very silent.
Yeah, he may not.
Doesn't talk much.
He may not like anyone in that locker room. He may not like playing for Popovich, who's like Thibodeau, who's just run, like 49 minutes a game. Everyone, keep going.
Yeah, well,
he might.
But
The
thing is, Greg Popovich is arguably the greatest NBA coach of all time.
Yeah, he is. But
he's gotten rings in 3 different decades.
But Kawhi could also be saying like, okay, I want to go somewhere. The Spurs, for as good as they've been in the past, aren't in a position to compete or win. I want to win. I want to go somewhere. I'm not happy here. Trade me.
It's always the trade me. That's the problem with today's world. Everybody just wants to be traded away and just quit. I mean,
but the same thing happened in the NFL
bullshit.
back in the past. Because remember, like Moss,
Yeah,
he wanted to leave. T.O. for a while wanted to leave.
Yeah,
Reggie White wasn't happy in Philly, left as a free agent. Woodson wasn't happy.
I guess.
In Oakland,
no, I know, and it's their right to But if you sign a contract and you're like, just trade me.
But some of these players, their contracts they got drafted there. They have to sign there. It's not they signed there because I really wanted to be a San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, but
signed. It's like the Spurs selected.
He signed a huge contract with the Spurs 4 years ago.
The extension.
Yeah,
but how many players actually play out their contracts?
Not a lot of them anymore.
But like that's why what the score kind of said a few weeks ago was a little interesting. Like in the NFL and NBA, it'd be cool if you could go to college, the top college players, and instead of a draft, have it be free agency. Be like the Bulls want to sign Marvin Bagley, so they'll offer him this contract, but the Timberwolves are offering him this, and then basically the draft night is these players picking where they want to go.
I don't know.
Because then they'd be at least they'd be
but
where they want to be.
Here's the thing about that is no. I think that's fucking terrible. Because this is the thing. Because everybody's going to say, well, I want to go to LA. I want to go to New York. I want to go to Chicago. I want to go to Miami.
Not many people say, well, they want to go to Chicago.
Well, yeah, not anymore. But you know what?
Even when Jordan was here, we didn't get money free agents except Rodman.
The Indianas of the world. The Minnesotas of the world. The Milwaukees of the world. The San Antonio Spurs of the world. All
Milwaukee
those teams.
And Minnesota could draw players.
But think of all the teams that don't. Okay. The Phoenix Suns, perfect thing.
Got Booker.
Perfect.
They could drop.
Phoenix Suns have #1 pick, right?
Yeah.
If you said what you wanted, all right, Phoenix won't get anybody. They wouldn't get anybody because, think about it, not any other free agents want to go to Phoenix, so why would any of these kids want to go to Phoenix? They all want to play with Lonzo Ball. They all want to play with LeBron James. They all want to play with Dwight Howard in Brooklyn.
But no one wants to play with Dwight Howard. But that's also where you could like kind of arrange it a certain way. Like the first 5 picks to kind of assure you'll get someone.
Yeah.
Get more more money they can spend.
You're just gonna get more top heavy. Then you're gonna have like 3 teams that go 75.
The league's already top heavy. It doesn't matter.
You're gonna have 3 teams that go 75
That's
and 7.
That's the same as every year.
There's
3 teams that are good and the rest of the league sucks.
The NBA sucks.
It's not gonna change.
You know what?
At least it's something like different that can make it. Like,
how about this?
Like just a signing day. And
everybody becomes a free agent, and then you do a whole
redraft the
league. Redraft the NBA. I'm done with this. Redraft the coaches too while you're at it.
You don't want Hoiberg anymore?
We'll see after this year.
It got better last year.
It did. It got better.
Without Rondo and Wade.
Exactly. So no. All right. Where's Kawhi going for 1 year? Where is he going for 1 year?
I don't know if they even trade him.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. Well, no, I don't know.
Because they could just, if he keeps wanting to sit out, they could just be like, okay, sit. It's just making you look worse in free agency next year.
No, he's going to want to go to the Lakers anyway, or the Clippers.
Yeah, but by then the Lakers may not have the room. Because there's room
LeBron James.
That James and Durant might opt out.
No, Durant is not opting out. Durant is staying with the Warriors.
Paul might leave the Rockets.
I agree. No, what?
Yeah, because they said LeBron wants to play with Paul.
Then he might go to Houston.
He doesn't like Houston.
You know
this
what?
This time he gets to be the alpha.
But Houston doesn't get an NBA team anymore. If you don't like a team, just take them out then. This is bullshit.
So I can take the Pacers and the Pistons away?
Yes. Take them both away, please. You know what? I think Kawhi Leonard goes to
because they're not going to trade him where he wants to go.
No.
Because that just makes him happier and makes him more money when he signs the extension.
I think he goes to Boston for 1 year.
Yeah, but who would Boston give up?
All their picks. All the rest of their picks, apparently.
Yeah, but they'd have to give up a player, too. Jaylen Brown?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Jaylen Brown and all the rest of the picks the next
I could see that happening, but the Celtics already proved they could play at a top level during
without
the finals.
Their top 2 guys.
And now Kyrie's coming back and Hayward's coming back. You don't really need.
Yeah, but they'll just put it over the top. I mean, if you're going to have him for 1 year, fuck it. Why not? Try it out. Bring a championship there, and then maybe be like, yo, Kawhi, we just won a championship with you, so.
He could be like, I've won a few with San Antonio. I'm fine.
This NBA sucks these years.
NBA sucked for a while.
I'm done with the NBA right now. Until next week. All right. Sports movies. What did he want to talk about? Sports movies. What is this?
What do you think is the? Okay, in each sport, what do you think is the best sport movie?
In each sport.
And don't count. I mean, you can count golf, but I don't really count that.
Oh, golf is gonna be an easy one. Happy Gilmore.
Tin Cup.
Tin Cup.
Yeah, it was with I forgot who was.
Oh, actually, what am I talking about? And there's another one. Fucking oh my god, I'm terrible. How can I not? Caddyshack.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Caddyshack. You know what? But you know what? I'm sorry. I know all the older people than me are gonna say what the fuck's wrong with you, but I'm going Happy Gilmore for the best golf movie. What about you?
Caddyshack.
You son of a bitch. All right, hockey. Ooh.
Actually, not many people are gonna know this one or probably like it. But it's on Netflix and it's fucking hilarious. The Goon with Sean William Scott from American Pie.
Really?
Where he basically plays an enforcer who he can't skate. You can't do anything except take a hit and fight. So his whole purpose in the movie is just to beat the shit out of the other team, and like they've made like 2 movies about this, and it's hilarious.
You're gonna pick that over fucking Mighty Ducks?
Mighty Ducks,
The V, baby. It's all about the V.
Mighty Ducks was good, but then they had to keep going with like 2 and 3, and those were like
Ducks fly together, bro.
the goon could kick all the ducks' ass at once.
No, fuck that. So you got The Goon as the best hockey movie of all time.
Yep.
What is wrong with you?
Watch it, it's
Oh
hilarious.
dear God! All right, best. Is there even a tennis movie out?
Well, there is with Steve Carell and what's her name? Emma Stone about the Battle of Sexes, where it was Riggs and Billie Jean King against each other, like from like back in like the 60s or 70s.
Fuck that.
But that's like the only
All right.
one I could think.
All right, best NASCAR movie.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. I just wanted to bring that up because you got to shake and bake, baby. Yes.
I'm El Diablo.
I'm
He's like a fighting chick.
Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby. All right, best. Because I'm trying to save the top 3 at the end. The best boxing movie.
I like the. I mean, the Rocky movies and Creed movies were awesome, but I really like that Ali movie that Will Smith did.
Yes, that was very good. Yeah, I'll say
like
that.
Creed
one.
and
Ali
Creed
for
and
sure.
Rocky were all like great, but like it was like
But Ali's Ali.
spectacle and like show.
Ali.
Like Ali was more about like the actual
Exactly.
like fighting and boxing and not just like being crazy Sylvester Stallone.
Exactly. Best bowling movie?
I mean, that's like complicated because okay,
Best bowling movie.
do you consider Big Lebowski a bowling movie, even though there's only bowling in it for like 5 minutes? Everything else is just them randomly like going around trying to return money that they and trying to steal rugs and like get drunk and
Yeah, I'd say so.
because like
But it's not about bowling, so I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, it's like I guess you can't say.
like there's bowling in the movie,
Right.
but it's not about bowling. It's about
It's
like
about-
Big
Yeah.
Lebowski.
Where's my shit, man? Where's my shit?
I'd say like since I don't really consider that 100% bowling movie,
Yeah.
like Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Kingpin was
Guaranteed.
like just Bill Murray.
Oh my God, it was great.
amazing.
Bill Murray's
Losing his
greatest.
hand and just
His hair sticking up when he's trying to get the 7-10 split.
his rose ball.
I love it. Fucking amazing. I guess we'll go with the big 3. Best basketball movie.
I don't know if you remember this, but like back in like the late 90s or early 2000s, there was this movie called The Sixth Man, where it had Shawn Wayans
Yes.
and then one of his brothers.
Yes.
And like Shawn Wayans dies, and then
Yes.
he becomes a ghost, and Washington wins the Final Four because of the ghost of Shawn
Because the
Wayans.
ghost of Shawn Wayne's brother. Oh my dear God. What about? Can basketball be a basketball
I mean,
movie?
that's more baseball and like more of a
Okay.
South Park movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
you
like
have to
the
show.
other basketball movies, like White Man Can't Jump was good. The Love of the Game was good, or Space Jam.
That's what I was gonna say. What about Air Bud?
Air Bud could probably help the Bulls out.
Or what about Joanna Man?
The story of Dwight Howard.
There you go. I'm gonna go with Space Jam. I know. 'cause
Even
I'm
though they're
from
making
Chicago.
another one with LeBron, probably.
You know what? Why does he just go on the Monstars? All right, and he could be on the Monstars and fucking win the NBA championship for the next 20 years. No, I'll go Space Jam. Oh man, we'll save baseball for last. No, we'll do baseball now. Baseball. What's your favorite baseball? There's so many
Yeah.
to pick
I
from.
mean,
So many.
like-
Now here's a question, and it goes with this Big Lebowski thing. Do you say The Sandlot is a baseball movie?
The difference between The Sandlot and Big Lebowski is for a good 75% of the movie, Sandlot was about the kids playing baseball. It just got into the Beast, and
The
then
Beast.
even the Beast was his owner was
A baseball player.
a
right?
baseball player whose
Yeah.
teammate was Babe Ruth and all these other
That's right,
players.
yeah.
So still like eventually came back to baseball.
Okay.
The Big Lebowski just like went all over the place and just randomly showed up bowling with shooting people.
Yeah. That was a fucking foul, but it's a fucking foul. All right. So then, what's your favorite baseball movie?
It'd have to be either Rookie of the Year or actually one of three. Rookie of the Year, Major League,
Great movie.
or Angels in the Outfield.
Oh, I forgot about Angels in the Outfield. That was great.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's first movie.
That was such a fun movie. I'm gonna go with Sandlot. I'm gonna go with the easy one, Sandlot. For me, the escape route.
Like the Major League movie, I like that. Like it was one of the best, just because it was so weird. Because it was basically like they were like a minor league team that just randomly won because they hated their owner, and like although there's like one movie like on Netflix that's like the history of the White Sox team that gave up the World Series.
Yeah,
that was good too, but I don't really like consider that on the same as what these movies are. Like Major League and Sandlot like all made like sequels, and they were all like hilarious and like good too. Like that's why like they're like some of the best movies. Like Sandlot was amazing when it first came out.
Oh fuck yes. And then last, definitely not least, your favorite football movie. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Lot of football movies out there. But what is your favorite? I'm gonna say, maybe I'm saying this because I've seen this one the most recent, but Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that was good.
Awesome movie. Love Remember the Titans. I mean, I could also go down for Varsity Blues, or Any Given Sunday, what am I forgetting? What about The Water Boy?
my three would be Any Given Sunday.
Mama doesn't know it doesn't. Mama doesn't know it doesn't hurt her.
Mama said not to get a tattoo of Roy Orbison on my ass. Mama doesn't know it won't hurt her.
Dude.
But like Any Given Sunday, The Replacements, and what was the other one? Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard. That's
either one, the old one or the newer one.
They were both good.
Chris Rock. But Any Given Sunday was like just insane because like in terms of a football movie, that kind of goes on the same line as Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
There's football in it, but it's more about Willie Beeman, how he's like it changes from like basically nothing to like the star of the team, and Pacino trying to keep everyone like together.
So I mean, it's a football movie.
It was like that was amazing. The Replacements I just thought was one of the like funniest like football movies, just like with Keanu Reeves.
I got the football movie for us all. Little Giants.
Little Giants was good.
Little Giants, gotta love it. We forgot about soccer because we got the World Cup going on. Soccer movie, favorite soccer movie. Kicking and screaming, done.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, never even saw it. It was best soccer movie ever.
It was funny. I saw it a few times.
Dear God, we got the World Cup going on.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about fucking didn't our Germany team lose?
Yeah, but there's still another game. If they lose other games,
lost to Mexico, right?
Yeah, 1-0. But there's still another game if they lose that.
Yeah, they'll be
out.
But
yeah, I mean, like I haven't really watched much of it because I've been.
Well,
working.
I mean, it's 7:00 in the morning.
Well, I'm usually up. It's just I'm working, so I don't really have time to watch.
Well, I mean, I'm not watching it, but I'm definitely, I got my app and all
like,
that shit.
World Cup is.
I'm betting on it. That's for damn sure, because I can say that now because it's fucking legal in the States. So I'm betting on the World Cup, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And guess what? I had Mexico beating Germany.
But yeah, I mean, once I'm in Vegas next week, I'll watch it more just because going to be on everything, and they're anyways in the sports book.
It's crazy.
But I haven't really paid attention to much. No, Colombia lost, Germany lost. They're both supposed to be like favorites.
Yeah, Uruguay won today.
Yeah.
It's only the first leg,
First round.
The first round, pretty much of all the groups. So I guess we'll just go to the meat and the potatoes for the day.
Oh, I forgot a baseball movie. Bad News Bears.
That's a great movie. Bad News Bears. That is a good one. Holy shit. So we'll go with the meat and potatoes of the day, and I believe that is wrestling.
Oh, and a soccer movie. Ladybugs with Ronnie Dangerfield.
I never saw that one.
He was a father of this like really good like boy male soccer player. So he convinced him to dress up like a girl and play for his daughter's team.
Oh
so they'd win.
The Ladybugs. Dear God. So a lot is going on in the WWE.
Yep.
A lot. Where do we even start? Should we start with the review of Money in the Bank? Should we start with... You know what? We'll start with Big Cass and his firing. Big Cass got fired, everybody.
Because everyone hates him.
Because he's a jackass.
Like,
you know what happens when jackasses get fired? You know why Big Cass got fired?
Because nobody likes him.
Because he just made the pup list. Look at that. He made the pup list physically unable to.
I have like a few people like who are like fans of Cass. I think we're really upset with him getting fired.
I was a fan of him.
He's like,
but he was
that's kind of like I told the people I was talking. It's not like it's a huge deal that they fired him. It's not like they fired like Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose or someone who's like actually a star. They fired someone who they've been trying for like a year to push that just can't get it through his head what he's supposed to do and how he's supposed to act when he's on the road.
How he should just
listen to them.
Yeah, he should just shut up and listen.
Do what basically the veterans like. That's why I think like I'm sure there's like leaders in the locker room now, but that's why the locker room kind of misses having like Undertaker and Triple H around. Because like back in the day, if someone got out of line, like Taker, Triple H, Austin would all straighten them out and tell them like, look, you can't act like this when we're on tour. You can't make us look bad when you're on tour. You have to be like basically you could go out and have fun, but you got to be on your best behavior.
Yeah.
But now they don't really have that.
They don't have that old guy in the back. Not even Mark Henry is. Really
they kind of have it like with Big Show. Well, Big Show's around so rarely that
See, they don't have somebody that's that seasoned veteran. I mean, there's veterans like AJ Styles.
Orton keeps to himself.
But there's nobody that's like what you just said: a Taker, a Triple H, a Rock, an Austin. A Mark Henry.
When he came back after his issues.
Well, Michaels was the best.
Well, no, but when he came back, he was
okay.
But because he like found religion and like got calm.
Yes, exactly.
But like I don't view like it's just kind of like I was telling you earlier. It's funny that in 2013, Carmelo, Cass, and Enzo formed their little group, and now 6 or 7 years later, Carmelo's the only one with a job and a title.
Who saw this coming?
Because Carmelo is supposedly the best behaved of the three.
Yeah, that's what happened.
She doesn't get like a rep.
If you shut up and listen and do your job, see what it can happen.
She doesn't get sexual assault allegations on her or breaks a bus door open because he gets stuck in the bathroom.
Or keeps on beating up a midget even though you're not supposed to. I mean, you can, but not like that. It's like that's too much. So... yeah, Big Cass is fired, and I have a lot to talk about of Money in the Bank, Monday Night Raw, and last night's Smackdown. I want to start out with Money in the Bank. I was there. Actually, you know what? No. Let's go with NXT first. I haven't seen NXT.
It was amazing.
I always try to watch it, but never do. I do have time on my hands. I'm just too lazy. So, how was it?
It was amazing.
What happened? What happened at NXT?
Well, Alistair kept the NXT
Against
championship
Lars.
against Lars, which
Lars
was
Sullivan, yeah.
kind of expected.
Very expected.
The other matches were all good.
Ricochet versus Velveteen
that
Dream.
was
I
amazing.
did see a little bit of that.
Ricochet won. Baszler kept her women's title.
Great.
And
match,
like we were talking about on the last show how they needed to end the AJ Shinsuke rivalry just because it was getting boring. I wouldn't care if the Ciampa Gargano rivalry went to like the next year because they keep putting on like amazing matches. Like the match they put on it was like so brutal and like so like horrible that it was great. Like at one point at the end of the match, Gargano handcuffed Ciampa behind his back and like super kicked him in the face like 6 times and then put him in like the Gargano escape. But like, and he was tapping, but there was no ref because I don't know where the ref ran off to, but
having coffee,
but he was gone. So then after that, like Gargano went to the apron to try for his slingshot spear, but Ciampa caught him and DDT'd him on the wood paneling because he exposed the ring.
Jesus.
And so that was amazing. Like, just one of them needs to be champion really soon. Either the North American Championship or the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
Because they just keep like putting on like insane matches.
That's
well, yeah,
exciting.
Ricochet and Velveteen was amazing.
Which is amazing. That's exciting. So, and who knows? Maybe Gargano or Ciampa will be brought up after this coming year.
I like that Sanity finally debut.
Oh, well, we'll get to that too. But yeah, hopefully Gargano and Ciampa keep it rolling, so then maybe we could see them on the main roster after this coming year's or next year's WrestleMania. Now, let's go to Money in the Bank. So, I was there. I was there live, and it was fun. It was fun. I want to start out with the Seth Rollins, Elias. Chicago loves Elias. Chicago loves everybody.
Most
unless
people
your name
now
is
are starting
Reigns.
to like Elias.
Oh yeah, it's great. And I believe it was great. I understand. I think why Seth Rollins won, and we'll get to that once we get to Monday Night Raw. But Elias, I think he's going to be catapulted into main push.
Oh, yeah, that's
main
one of the
push.
rumors that he's going to be involved in that.
And he's going to be a face. I believe you will see face Elias.
I think Alexa turned face and nobody noticed it.
No, she did not turn face.
If you listen to her promos now,
she was still yelling at the crowd.
No, but she's still like, but compared to what she used to do, where she was like 100% on them.
Tweener.
Yeah, but like here in the rivalry with Nia, it's more believable that Alexa
was not
is the face, and Nia is the heel because how Nia acted when Alexa got hurt.
Well, Nia just doesn't know how to act, so that's why it's confusing.
But like, and Ronda and Alexa, like Alexa would be the heel, but Ronda attacked Kurt Angle, Alexa, and like
we'll get to that too. We'll get to that
so
too.
You don't know if she's like legitimately a face either because you haven't seen enough of her yet.
So I think the Seth Rollins Elias match was great.
Ronda and Nia.
That was amazing. Yeah, we'll go to that right now. I think the Ronda, Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey looks like she's been in the ring for 10 plus years.
Well, no, and it's crazy because like what
she's good at acting.
She's good at
she's good at taking bumps
and
actually
her ability
doing
in judo and everything. But she's amazing, and like I was telling my friend, the promo she cut right before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view where she said, like, people thought I wasn't ready for judo, people thought I wasn't ready for UFC, and now you think I'm not ready for you. He's like, I'm gonna show you what I can do, and like
I'm gonna break your arm.
Like,
I'm gonna take your arm off.
If like I loved what Alexa did with Cash Again just because it was so obnoxious and amazing.
I fucking called it to the T, to the fucking T.
But like before that happened, Ronda was kicking Nia Jax's ass.
Yeah.
Like Nia was getting like a few like big blows in.
Well,
but when Nia was fighting, she was
the first 5 minutes. Nia Jax was throwing Ronda around like a rag doll, and it was some legit bumps. And the one that went out of the ring, that was amazing. I love how Ronda Rousey is not. I love how she's being very humble and that she's really going through the motions of taking the bumps instead of just oh yeah, just kind of toss me a little bit there. No, she's getting fucking thrown around by Nia Jax. And yes, then Ronda Rousey started
even in
her
the
ass.
main event at WrestleMania with Triple H, him and
Yeah.
Steph threw her around a few times.
Yeah, exactly. It was great. But no, I called the Alexa Bliss cashing in Money in the Bank to a fucking T. Replayed the fucking last week. I had it straight down. Even the guy next to me was like, you must read a lot of articles and shows. Like, dude, watch the podcast.
But
hope you're watching, bro.
I was amazed with that match. It was really a better match than I expected. But the one thing about Ronda that I really like you said, she seems humble. She seems ready, willing to learn anything, willing to keep training. But because I just have a vile hatred for Ric Flair, and just her proving him wrong just makes me so happy. Because he 2 or 3 weeks ago he said, "Oh, Ronda only signed a 1-year contract. That's why she's in the title match now." Because they're trying to get everything out of the way before she leaves. Because she only signed a 1-year contract, and she's not going to be around for long. So they're getting everything out of the way before she leaves. But then everyone else, like Triple H, the WWE Network, they all said it's at least a 5-year contract. Rick said that because Rick doesn't like the fact that Charlotte isn't the face of the division anymore, and Charlotte's not the number one focus.
Yeah.
And that Nia's first 2 big matches weren't against Charlotte, and the focus is now on someone.
That for WrestleMania.
Yeah, but the focus is now on someone else. With as much as Ronda's improving every time she fights, soon the division she's going to be the face of the women's division, either show.
Yes, you're right. I could totally see that. I could totally see how Ric Flair is now pissed that his daughter is not the face of the women's division. With that said, another thing that we called to a fucking T was the Smackdown Women's Championship, where James Ellsworth came back. And we called this. Dude, we called this.
Okay, but I did.
We did with the Oscar face. I loved it. I loved it.
But why?
I loved it.
Why the fuck did Oscar look so shocked to see another Oscar?
Because it's Ellsworth. It's Ellsworth, Scott.
But before it was she was just staring at it are there 2 of me? be like, I'm Oscar. Who's this?
This is James Ellsworth Scott. And then she was freaking out. She was like it was a horror movie. Well, his face is pretty horrifying, but oh my god, that was just too funny. Fucking, I loved it. Finally, I feel like we got the big payoff and the perfect match. Not perfect, but it was the best match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. It was perfect. Everybody was chanting AJ Styles Nakamura, and this match was great. It wasn't perfect, but it was great.
I liked
it. Finally happened.
I liked it. It was amazing. I also like that I almost called when
you
Nakamura got knocked out.
Night. You almost called the
But I knew he was going to do that Styles Clash off the stairs.
Oh,
because he always does that when he's trying to take someone out.
When he's trying to kill James Ellsworth or something.
Well, no, he saved Ellsworth from that.
Well, yeah.
Because Ellsworth had his head out that, so AJ basically closes the
kind of
and pulled himself back, so he wouldn't
and dropped his legs so he doesn't land on his head straight up. But no, I think that was a perfect ending. I
actually have a question about the result of the match and after that match. Is AJ the face of WWE now?
Well, he should be.
I mean, there's no one else that's because Cena's not around anymore as much.
You know who they're trying to jam down our throats.
No, but look, that's who they want. But it's a difference what they want and what the fans think.
And the fans think it's AJ Styles.
Yeah.
then yes.
And like
As fans' perspective, AJ Styles is top dog. Is the top
and it's
guy.
crazy like thinking about like AJ because I watched that Bruce Pritchard special with about AJ's history in TNA and everything, and just how severely they fucked up what happened with AJ Styles because AJ was their company. AJ basically was the one everybody tuned in every week to see. Like, yeah, they've had other amazing homegrown talents like Samoa Joe and Bobby Roode, but AJ was the guy. But they never actually treated him like he was
Like
the
the guy.
top draw. He was the guy. And then when he finally had the world title near his end of the run, and he was supposed to get that contract extension, like Bruce Pritchard said, like worked there at the time and said we offered him, like I offered him, like 4 or 5 months before his contract expired. I offered him a new contract, and he said he would think about it. And then Dixie and the TNA front office pulled the contract and waited until the day before he was supposed to leave to say, okay, here's your new contract. And AJ was just like, he's like, if you're gonna disrespect me like this, be like, I could go anywhere. I'm a star.
Yeah.
I can go anywhere. Like if you're not gonna respect me, then I'm gonna leave. And like him leaving, there's like 3 things I think. I know it's still around, but you could tell TNA is gonna go away soon. There's 3 things that were the death blow for TNA, or 4. One was Hogan and Bischoff getting there.
Yes.
Because that stopped the 6-sided ring. That stopped the X division and tag division as being, and the knockouts as being the draw of the show, and went back to being the old guys. X division
was like the best.
Yeah, but when they got there, that took away the X division, tag division, knockouts as the main draws, and went back to the old guys being the main people.
It became WCW.
But them taking over, Jeff Jarrett leaving.
Yes.
Because when Jeff was in charge, the company was moving up. I believe if they never hired Hogan and Bischoff and they never moved to Monday nights, they would have defeated SmackDown on Thursdays because that's where they were originally, was on Thursday nights. I think they would have beat SmackDown if they would have just kept Jarrett in charge, not brought in Hogan or Bischoff, just let them run it as he was running.
They still might even have AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Yeah, Bobby Roode. They might still even have the Hardys.
The problem with them maybe not having them was Jarrett, while he was like an owner, the parent company was Panda.
Yeah,
that was Dixie Carter.
Yeah,
so he was not near the end, was not the majority owner, and he needed to sell some shares because he needed like money for the TV deals, for the pay-per-views, for the sponsorship. He needed money to like continually run the company. But like the reason like it failed was just they tried too fast to compete with WWE and to think they were like, they just recycled WWE stories. As soon as the WWE guy got released, they brought him in and gave him the world title.
Yes.
They never
McIntyre, I believe.
McIntyre, Christian, Raven,
Jeff Hardy,
Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, a couple other people, Angle.
Yeah, Kurt Angle, Steiner. Yes. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But TNA had a
and like going back to like Jeff Hardy in TNA. If you watch on the WWE Network, they put a Woken Hardy special.
Yeah, I want to see that.
It was really good. And Jeff basically talked about the Victory Road pay-per-view where it was like so high that he couldn't even like walk to the ring.
Against Sting, right?
Yeah. I honestly think like it eventually worked out because in TNA he eventually became big again. But I think him and Kurt going to TNA right after their drug arrests and their suspensions or their injuries was a bad move for both of them.
Agreed.
Jeff,
because they went straight back into the job instead of
not just that. Not just going back into the job.
Help themselves.
You could go back into the job and get help, like what WWE offers with the rehab stuff. Yeah. But Jeff went from a place that has a very strict substance abuse policy, a very strict performance enhancing policy, to a company that's like Do whatever the fuck you want.
It's like, yeah, you got
and then
problems.
they got then like one of the comments Bischoff made in that special was like with Jeff and Matt when they were at their worst. He said it was hard for us to like keep track of them because Jeff, and he even does this now because he does it because not because he's like on drugs or drunk anymore. He does it because he likes to be alone and he likes to be with his thoughts. Like he said, Jeff would just wander to random parts in the arena and just like kind of like hide from everyone and like be out of sight until like right before his match and like just kind of appear.
Right.
And that Matt would do the same thing and that they'd either be together or they'd just like disappear. And that like the Victory Road pay-per-view, like up until like 5 seconds before he was supposed to come out, Jeff was like gone. And then like he just like appeared behind Eric Bischoff and just like and Bischoff like almost like saw him and was almost like, okay, we can't do this.
Yeah.
But then like Jeff went out and like Bischoff ran out and told Sting what was gonna like how the end was gonna happen.
Yeah, because he came out and said it's gonna be a no DQ or some bullshit.
Then he basically
right?
went up to Sting and was, was like hit the
he's
splash.
fucked up.
No, he was like hit the splash, hit the DDT, it's done. Just finish it. And like Sting was kind of like
what the fuck?
Why?
We were gonna have an epic match for all these people, and Jeff Hardy's fucking high
was
as
just like, no, just hit
just
your move and roll him up. He's done.
Yeah.
And like you can't put a like in the RVD had kind of the same problems. In
yes.
You can't put a person who has a substance abuse issues in an area where you're not gonna have any limitations on what they can do. Because it's going to destroy them. And luckily, Jeff and Matt were both able to get together and be able to like get better from all their addictions. I mean, Jeff had a DUI recently, but it's better for him.
It's better for him
because he's not doesn't have to go to rehab anymore.
Exactly.
Still good, but like just there's been so many missteps with TNA. I'm honestly surprised it's still around.
I hear you. I hear it, and when you said, this is a transition into the one match that I thought was hilarious, but AJ Styles, I believe, is the face of the company to us fans, but the person that WWE, or I should say Vince McMahon,
I even think he's kind of losing his push behind Roman. He's kind of.
I hope so.
He's getting more behind Braun now.
I have never seen.
I've been a more boring mid card.
No. I have been part of a lot of very loud chants during matches and shit like that, but I have never seen, or I've never been a part of a more hijacked match than the Jinder Mahal Roman Reigns. Dude, I don't even know what happened.
Nobody cared about either of them. Dude, that's what happened.
These are the chants that happened, and if you guys heard most of them, you probably did. This match sucks.
Yeah.
They both suck. CM Punk.
Johnny Wrestling.
Yes.
Art. Psycho Killer. Because there was a Tommaso chant right after the Johnny one.
Yeah. The Johnny Wrestling was our area, 214. Started that. I tried to start an Eric Bischoff chant. A Michael Cole chant was about half of the place. There was one that was perfect. It was Let's Go Cena sucks. We literally started a Let's Go Cena sucks chant in the middle of Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. Dude, guys, this is awful chant broke out. And then the beach balls came, and then the assholes chants came, and then the wave came. I have never been part of a more hijacked match. You know what? I mean this deep down inside.
When we went to No Mercy a few years ago, that kind of happened, where it was Triple H and Umaga, and then and like the whole like.
No, that was the first match because it was Triple H versus
Vince
Randy
came
Orton.
out and said, I'm going to give everyone what they want. And it was like, Y2J, Y2J,
Y. No, and like, it didn't come. But yeah, no, Y2J chant started. But I actually felt bad for Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal because you know what? Deep down inside, they're just trying to do their job. But it sucks because Jinder Mahal does suck at his job. Mostly.
I don't feel bad for Jinder. just because Jinder got a WWE championship when he had no right in being a WWE
Agreed.
champion. I feel bad for Roman
Because it's not his fault.
Roman is like people like even Carl Anderson and Gallows in one of the WWE specials said this about Cena, and it's like the same as Roman. Like people in the Cena match keep chanting, "You can't wrestle, you can't wrestle," and like Anderson and Gallows are like, I can't believe people chant that because that's complete bullshit. Because John Cena is one of the better wrestlers in the business.
He
Roman is too. Roman is a really good.
Well,
he can do more than he's allowed to do
because Brock Lesnar matches. And
not
just that. You're right.
Like when he's in like a match where
against
someone
good
who can move and someone athletic, like his matches against AJ were really good,
and
his matches against Jericho was good.
Finn Balor
and Finn and Seth were good.
The Roman Reigns Finn Balor match from 2 years ago was pretty damn good.
Yeah, where Finn qualified to be
be in the Universal title match. So I mean, I know Roman Reigns is. I feel he's good enough to have good matches, but he's not good enough to carry the other person.
He's not, but a lot of the problem too is the fact that WWE won't just swallow like whatever's holding them back about this and let him just be his own person.
Yeah.
And take away the Shield bullshit, take away the Shield music and his Shield gear. Let him have actual wrestling gear with his
He needs a new gimmick.
Let him be himself.
Yeah, or just be himself. Yeah, whatever.
Like in NXT, he like was basically like a heel. His heel character was amazing in NXT.
He was.
They need to
let him. I saw
let him just be himself and not stick to the Shield crap. Because like, look at Seth and Dean. They left the Shield. They don't come out in SWAT gear and it's the Shield music.
No,
they didn't for 90% of their career still come out through the audience until they said that wasn't safe anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they need to let Roman just be his own guy.
They do.
And, like, let him stop doing the Shield.
And it sucks. But we'll see what happens down that road. The last one, okay. When I heard that the Money in the Bank ladder match itself, men's one, was going to be the main event, I really, really thought Finn Balor was going to be the one to win it.
I hoped he would have been.
I really did. So, okay.
But I do like what they're doing on Raw.
We'll get to that. I know, we'll get to that. But why do you think they put it on Braun Strowman? Why did they put Braun Strowman as Money in the Bank?
I think there's a few reasons it went to Braun. One is, of the people in the match, Braun is still the most ideal Vince McMahon champion.
Oh, guaranteed.
He's the biggest. He's the strongest. He's
but he doesn't
most
need,
impressive.
He doesn't need it,
but he's still
somebody
the
like
pick.
Finn Balor would benefit him.
I don't think
more.
Finn's gonna actually win anything until Triple H is back in charge, fully in charge.
Okay.
Because Vince doesn't like Finn Balor.
Yeah, he doesn't like smaller guys.
No,
unless your name is Seth Rollins.
Seth's 6'4" and like almost 300 pounds. Seth just looks small. Seth is actually
not 6'4". Wait, 6'4", 300 pounds.
280.
He's 214.
Seth is bigger.
Seth Rollins is 214, and he's like 5'10".
He's not 5'10".
He's 5'10". I met him. He's like 5'10".
Cena's actually a lot smaller than he looks. I think Cena's only like 5'10", because he's like he looks a lot shorter than he is.
He's 6'1".
6'2".
He's 6'1".
6'2".
6'2". Get the fuck out of here. 214 pounds.
Yeah, so he's bigger than he looks like smaller because he's in shape, but he's bigger and stronger than he actually looks.
He actually is. Well, fine, but
Seth,
why does Braun Strowman have Money in the Bank? That's what I want to know.
I think, like I said, the reason number one, it's Vince's pick, and overall, what Vince wants, Vince gets still until.
Is this him saying Roman Reigns?
With Roman.
You think so?
Yeah,
that's what it's saying.
I mean, Roman's gonna still get that match at SummerSlam,
but
Braun's gonna cash in on him.
I could see that.
But I also think
I kind of feel
if you've been watching the program since the Mixed Match Challenge, they're kind of like not doing it always intentionally, but kind of like building the whole little angle between Alexa and Braun,
Yeah.
like the little like romance angle or whatever. And like they both won. They were both in the mixed match challenge. They should have won, but they had to give it to Asuka and Miz because Asuka couldn't lose until recently. And like they both won Money in the Bank. Alexa cashed in right away. Braun's gonna cash in if Brock ever decides to show up.
Exactly.
No, but like one thing I think would be hilarious for them to do with Braun is do what they used to do with Triple H, where Triple H used to like fucking break into Randy Orton's house and just beat the shit out of him. And just have Braun just show up outside of Brock's house with a briefcase. No, just show up at Brock's house with a briefcase and be just be like,
I'm cashing it in, motherfucker.
And just like have him do like the hardcore 24/7 rule. Have him bring a ref with him. Just be like, I'm cashing it.
That would be great.
And just like random,
that would be great.
Just randomly jump Brock.
Oh
like
my God.
Like do it when he's training or when he's just at home. Just randomly have Braun.
Oh, I'm fucking killing you.
Just have Braun.
Oh my
like,
God.
Just randomly show up and just torment Lesnar.
So okay, like I said, I love Braun. I love Braun Strowman. And I don't think it would have mattered if he was Money in the Bank or not, but I like your reasonings. It's valid points.
I also think it was payback to Braun for what happened at Elimination Chamber.
Oh, him losing?
Yeah. Not just him losing. The fact that he took an 8-person powerbomb, kicked out, but got speared once and lost.
Could be. Could be.
A little like kind
but they're definitely understanding what the people want, what the audience wants, and I think that was shown throughout the whole week in WWE, which we will definitely get to Raw and SmackDown. But I think with Braun winning Money in the Bank is saying like, hey, fans, we're listening to you, and don't worry, the light is at the end of the tunnel. So with that said, we'll go to Monday Night Raw. I think the Ronda Rousey segment was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
it was priceless, perfect. What happened with Alexa Bliss is one of the greatest women heels of all time. You got Ronda Rousey just going out there, not even stopping, beating the fuck out of Alexa Bliss, beating the fuck out of Kurt Angle. It was like we were watching Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
It was like Steve Austin was just there, didn't care who was in the way of heel, face, man, woman, whooping their ass. Doesn't matter. And that's what I love about the Ronda Rousey thing. What do you guys say about that?
I thought that whole like opening segment was great with Alexa basically like saying like how she kind of like outsmarted everyone and that she like said she was gonna win and she won and that she picked the perfect time and she knew she was gonna win and no one was gonna be able to like beat her or stop her. And like I just thought the whole thing was great because like you said, Alexa's like one of the best heels they have right now. But like that was cool. I liked the start of the little like big match they're gonna have to determine Brock's next number one contender, which is obviously gonna be Roman Reigns.
Yes.
But I like that. I liked the Woken Matt and Bray segment where Bo and Axel tried to like imitate them.
That was fucking hilarious. What I want to talk about also is the shocker. Seth Rollins losing the belt to Dolph Ziggler. Wow.
I don't think it's as shocking. I think it's gonna lead to Ambrose coming back. Okay. Because Dolph and Drew will like continue to like double team and like torment Seth Rollins. Eventually Dean will come back. Seth will get the title back. Dean will turn on Seth.
I think it's going to be more of Seth Rollins is now being pushed once again to the main event status. He's going to be in the multi-person match at Extreme Rules, where right now we have Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, which you'll probably have Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, probably Elias and Baron Corbin. So there's your 6. It's probably going to be a 6-man. You know what? Call me crazy. I don't think it's just gonna be. I think somehow, some way, Reigns and Seth Rollins are gonna pin different people at the same time and win the match at Extreme Rules, and I think it's gonna be so we don't get another shit ass Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns match. I think we're gonna get Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title at SummerSlam. Oh, and I think Finn Balor is going to be in that match too, so 7-man. And I believe either Seth is going to win or Braun is going to win.
I think Braun will win at SummerSlam.
But I believe you're going to get a triple threat at SummerSlam. I believe
Seth
Rollins getting in there, so it's more wanting, it's more appealing to most of the fans. Like, oh god, here we go again, another Lesnar Reigns match. It's gonna be fucking shit. Maybe Strowman will come out, maybe not. No, now you got Seth Rollins. So it's like, wait a minute.
I could see that happening, Seth being good. I had one big problem and thing I really hated about Raw. What they continue to do, the Revival.
Oh god, yeah, it's bad.
The Revival is one of the best teams. Like,
they're jobbing.
Like, not just jobbing. Revival is the only team on the roster right now that is a legitimate team.
Yeah,
that
right.
They came together. They came up as a tag team.
Yeah.
All they care about is tag team wrestling, and they're getting de-pushed for some stupid bullshit because on one of their promos they said they were the best wrestlers on the roster. And Vince doesn't like people saying they're wrestlers anymore. Because Vince wants people to say they're superstars. They're not wrestlers. They don't wrestle. They're superstars. And so Christ. Vince has a problem. And it's like I said to my friend, like, I didn't mind that they lost that match because it's obvious against Bobby Lashley and Roman that they're going to lose.
Yeah.
But my problem is if you were just going to have Roman and Bobby like squash someone, why don't you just have Breezango or the Colognes or just two actual jobbers come out instead of further punishing the Revival for basically saying what they are? They are, no matter what it is, they are still wrestlers. It's what's in WWE? It's a World Wrestling Entertainment.
Or maybe they'll be the WEE.
But
World Entertainment.
But
Entertainers Entertainment. WEE.
Well, like, just like the fact that they're like getting de-pushed so much just because of like one promo that they had where they basically said, and like, how were they to know that was going to get them in trouble? Because in NXT they used to say that stuff all the time.
Right.
That's what the disconnect between the NXT and the main roster is. Because on NXT you're allowed to just put on like 15, 20-minute matches, like basically cut promos saying what you are, who you are, like why you're that. Hell, like Johnny Gargano's nickname is Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
What when he comes up to the main roster,
Johnny Entertaining.
Johnny Entertainment.
Yes.
Because
exactly.
Vince doesn't like people being referred to wrestlers.
That's how Vince McMahon is. He's like 80 years old.
But like, just how many people have like been amazing on, and people say that it's NXT's fault or whatever, but it's the main roster and it's kind of Vince's fault that there have been so many like top talents in NXT that have come up and Vince has just been like, I don't give a shit about you. I don't care about you. You're not my people. Just
not my entertainers.
Just go hang out in the mid card or be a jobber. I don't really care. But like Bo Dallas in NXT, he was an amazing NXT champion. He was an amazing heel. Then on the main roster, he like did good for a little while. Then Vince lost interest with him and just kind of pushed him to the side.
And now he's on the B team.
Yeah. Or even Big E. When he first came up, he was like a huge deal. He was a huge star.
Well, now he's getting pushed again.
He is.
And that was a great match last night with him and Daniel Bryan. That was a good singles match. That was pay-per-view worthy.
But he's still, like, he's getting pushed again. But, like, not compared to what he, like, when he first came out.
Yeah.
Like, he was as, like, the monster heel when he was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard for a little, Dolph and AJ's bodyguard for a little while.
Yeah.
and like kind of a big deal. Or same thing with Tyler Breeze in NXT. He was like, if you look at his character in NXT compared to what he is now, it's like 100% different. Because in NXT, he was like just this vain, vapid like model, like didn't care about anyone else, didn't want to be friends with anyone else. He was just about him.
Yeah.
And he was the focus. He was the one with the spotlight. Then you get to the main roster, and right away they for some unknown reason they pair him with Summer Rae and make her be his manager when he's never had a manager before. Doesn't know how to act with a manager because it's never happened with him. Then all of a sudden, after that doesn't work for a while, now they put him in Fandango. And while they're a fun and entertaining team,
very fun and entertaining,
Tyler Breeze is better on his own because Tyler Breeze, hell, one of the Takeover events he fucking fought Jushin Thunder Liger and put on an amazing match, but they don't like in the main roster until Triple H takes full control of everything. They don't really care about anything in NXT.
Exactly. No, I agree. With SmackDown, I mean, back to like Big E and the Fatal Five or the Gauntlet match, it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
it was fucking phenomenal. Like what I was saying before, with they're finally listening to the fans. Well, now Extreme Rules is going to be falling on Rusev Day. I love it. They're finally giving him we all know Rusev is not beating AJ Styles. I understand that. But they're finally giving him a heavyweight title match at a pay-per-view. That is perfect. And you know what? I don't know what they're probably going to throw Rusev into the garbage can afterwards because that's what Vince McMahon does. They're funny and good talent most of the time. But you're finally giving Rusev his due. I thought for sure it was going to be The Miz.
I thought it was going to be Joe.
That's what I thought it was going to be Joe first, but then I thought, you know what? They're going to save Joe for SummerSlam. They're going to save him for a bigger event. Then I was like, so they'll probably give it to The Miz. They'll probably have it, The Miz, maybe even The Miz could win the match because then he'll face Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam for the WWE title. Who knows? And then Rusev wins. And I'm like, fuck yes. This is amazing. I love it. I like I already like the angle they're going with AJ Styles shaking his hand and a face to a face,
like being like we're talking about because Rusev was like a good guy, and then Aiden tried to shake his hand, and then AJ just like kind of looks at him and is like who the fuck are you?
And then backs him down, and Rusev's like, "What the fuck, Aiden? Like, are you serious? Like, come on." So I'm loving it. I'm loving what that's gonna be.
I also like the second match between the Bludgeon Brothers and Anderson Gallows because that proves how great Anderson and Gallows actually are and why they need to be taken more seriously.
They should, but they aren't.
And I think eventually they're going to get those titles.
I think so too. But what's with the Bludgeon Brothers going after Daniel Bryan? I understand the whole stare down when he was coming down, but what kind of storyline are they going to make for this, for Extreme Rules?
I think Daniel Bryan is going to not fully align, but seek out Sanity's help in taking out the Bludgeon Brothers. And that's how Sanity will get the tag titles.
Really? So that comes out of left field a little bit. Because I was trying to think of like a mid-Carter face on SmackDown that would be suitable for a tag team partner for Daniel Bryan.
Too bad you can't reunite Team Hello.
Never say never in the WWE.
He's a mayor now. He's
not. Never say never in the WWE. Rhino is a mayor or an official.
Yeah,
he's an official in Michigan, and he's getting his ass whooped by the woken leaders of worlds.
But
so what the fuck?
I think like Bryan will seek out like Sanity.
That'll be interesting. But Sanity's heels. They can't.
Sanity, if you watch them on NXT, they weren't heels.
They just don't give a fuck.
They were kind of like chaos. Ambrose and Austin.
Okay.
They don't give a shit if you're a face because The
And now
Usos
Ronda
are
Rousey.
the Usos are technically
They're face.
They're a little bit more heel
Tweeners.
than they are the
I'll
same
give them
thing. Like that's the thing. Discussion I've been having with my friend at work. There's no in today's wrestling.
Yes.
There's no such thing as face and heel anymore. Because there's no actual, except for Alexa and Brock
and Miz.
There are no like straight 100% heels, and there's no straight 100% face. Everybody just is what they are. There's
Styles is a full on face.
He is, but he's also has his moments where he's low blowing people to no end and just like going like kicking people in the nuts just for the hell of it.
I love it. It's great.
But yeah, I think like Sanity is gonna get the tag titles off the Bludgeon Brothers. I don't know if it'll be like an alliance with Brian or if Brian will just be seeking help and kind of run into Eric Young and Sanity in the back and just kind of
a little help with these
and like
guys.
and just like seek them out, and Sanity being Sanity will be up for a fight, up for a brawl, and be like, okay, we see these two big monsters. We have
Sanity.
We have one of our own. So we'll
Killian Dane.
Love them. So okay, and then after that, Sanity will like obviously turn on Brian.
Yeah.
Like assault him, and then Brian will move on to his next
Miz
thing. Yeah. Miz. But I also love
SummerSlam.
What they did on SmackDown in a brief little 30 to 45 second promo with Jeff Hardy becoming Woken.
Love it. You know what? I'm going back and forth on this. I don't, because he never said Woken, but he did say he's awake.
I've become more aware. I can see everything now. I see what after he hit me like that.
Could he be more? Could he be Willow?
He
was Willow before he was broken.
I don't know if they'll bring that into WWE.
Because that was the face paint is sort of like Willow.
Well, no, the face paint was also, especially like with his contacts he was using, was what he was using when he first became broken in TNA, like the all white face paint, the white contacts, the white eyes.
So maybe he has become
the eye paint on his eyelids. So like when he opened up, it's basically like
I guess maybe he is becoming Woken. But it's just funny that it's like we got the Woken, we got the leaders of worlds over here, and we got Woken Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but like I love that promo. Like,
no, I mean not Woken Jeff Hardy because it's Brother Nero. Brother Nero is upon us.
Yeah, but I like that promo where he basically
that was awesome.
He's just like facing the back. Because it reminded me of Vince's like NWO promo.
Yeah.
Where he's like facing the mirror. And he was like, if I'm going to kill it, I'm going to do it myself and I'm going to do it with poison. Then I'm going to fuck it with the NWO. Like he was like just facing it down and he was just like, I can't get out of my head what Shinsuke has done to me.
Yes.
But I have to thank him because what he did was he opened my eyes.
Yeah.
Because now I can see you, Shinsuke, and I can see clearly.
Yeah.
And I am not going to let this just go by.
I love it. I fucking love it. And I love Shinsuke's.
But that is one thing, one good benefit that Jeff got out of TNA. He got a lot better on the mic. When he was in TNA.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to his first run in WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Because his first run in WWE, when he was champion, every time he was, like, cutting a promo, he'd, like, do this thing where, like, say he was in a ladder match. He's like, okay, tonight I'm facing CM Punk in a ladder match. And where he just, like, randomly exclamate.
With a ladder match?
Random words and sentences just to try to, like, get more emotion out of it. But he's gotten a lot better, like talking, and like a lot better at that since he's been back from TNA.
And I loved Shinsuke's his response to everything. I think Shinsuke is becoming an amazing heel. He's hilarious. He's like, no, I understand everything.
Yeah, like that's what I liked about Renee, where she was like because Renee.
What? Now you can't speak English anymore?
Because Renee's like an awesome backstage interviewer too.
Is.
Like I liked her, I liked her going up to like him and be like, "Do you understand English now?"
Yeah. I love Shinsuke. He is hilarious. And then he's like, no, the referee counted too fast.
He didn't count in
Japanese. So he cheated. So I'm still standing. Oh, I love it. Shinsuke, and I knew his next rivalry was going to be Jeff Hardy. We'll get into that next, or when the match it's confirmed. I don't know if it's gonna be on a Smackdown or if it's gonna be at Extreme Rules. I'm hoping Extreme Rules.
Probably Extreme Rules and probably like a ladder match or TLC match.
Shinsuke's got to win though, right? But now that you just sort of repackaged Jeff Hardy,
I mean,
I don't know, because there has to be a payoff for Shinsuke's heel turn, and that payoff should be a belt. And if he didn't win the WWE title, it should be the United States title, right?
Maybe.
Or how about this? You have Shinsuke win at Extreme Rules. Jeff Hardy gets it back at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because you need Jeff Hardy to get more crazy.
Yeah.
And why not by keep on losing the Shinsuke or getting low blowed or
getting kicked in the head of.
Yeah. So you know what? Yes. Shinsuke will win at Extreme Rules, and then they'll have some
TLC ladder match.
No, they'll have the final deletion match.
I don't know if they're gonna use a final deletion match for Jeff,
but they will for the B team.
No, well, that's why. Because
they will for the B team.
In the end of every final deletion, what happens is the person becomes woken or broken.
Yes.
Because of the end of the match.
So the B team.
So the next ultimate deletion is going to be Bray and Matt versus the B team.
Yes.
And they're going to make Bo woken and Curtis Axel.
They're going to be
part of his woken universe, which is what he
instead
called
of Bo Dallas, he'll be Woe Dallas.
No, well, no, because they didn't change Bray's name or anything.
Yeah,
he's still Bray.
He's just Woken Bray.
No, they don't even call him Woken Bray. He calls him Brother Bray.
Brother Bray. Yeah, they got it right. Brother, yes.
No, but that's also what I loved about the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania when Jeff came back and he ran into Bray and Matt in the backstage.
So
and like Bray was talking to Matt and like
Brother Nero.
Well, no, he didn't even call him Brother Nero when he saw him. Bray was actually the one who called him.
Yeah, he was.
Bray looked at him and he was like, "Brother Nero, it's good to see you again."
Yes.
And then Jeff was like, "I see after your trip in the Lake of Reincarnation that my brother was able to free you of your evil entities and how you are now woken. And it is wonderful to see you. And he's like, and then Matt just says, "Oh, my sibling! It is how wonderful it is that I'm finally with you again." And then he was teaming with Finn and
Jeff's just
like, they're just looking. I'm like, "What the hell was that?" And he's just like,
"Don't worry about it. You'll find out in June." But yes, you know what? First time in a long time, I was excited to watch Monday Night Raw. I was excited to watch SmackDown, and now I'm excited to watch next week's Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Right now, after a good month and a half of shit shows, I think WWE is back on track.
Okay, I think they are, and I also like the whole with the UK tournament.
That's coming up too.
Amazing. Well, it's already.
Well, yeah, that's
done
going on. Yeah,
because it actually got taped today, and so it's done. It just hasn't aired yet. But
aren't they doing a UK NXT?
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
But, yeah, and UK. I liked the whole where they're going with that. But I actually have a question.
Yeah.
If Finn has a big match at SummerSlam, is it the return of the Demon?
See, I've been told that the Demon, that they are going to use it for special occasions. Well, first off, who would he face?
Maybe he renews his rivalry with Bray. Because that never actually ended.
Well, he's a face, and Bray's a face, and he's woken.
I mean, Bray's kind of woken. Bray's not. No. Bray's just Bray. He's not.
I feel like the Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy I think either the final deletion with the B team will be at Extreme Rules or maybe even SummerSlam.
I don't think they'll push it to SummerSlam just because that's going to be too long to be.
It should be quick. You're right. Finn Balor, I could see him having a rivalry with Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I also like that on Raw with the little interaction backstage between Braun and Finn.
It's hilarious. Oh my god. My little buddy over here. It's like, oh, okay. It's like 24 hours beforehand, and he was fucking whipping you around the goddamn arena.
Yeah.
Killing him. And I was like, oh, my little buddy. He's like, okay, cool. I'm all right with that. Braun Strowman's my buddy now. Okay. Oh, my God. But no. I don't think you're going to see the Demon King until the fall or maybe Survivor Series. I don't know. He has to be in a really good rivalry, and I don't think... I mean, they could certainly get one in the next 6-7 weeks, and they could start one with Baron Corbin. So, I mean, it's a possibility. I don't know.
Because, I was really disappointed that there was never an end to the Bray...
Yeah, there never was.
Finn thing where Bray got sick and
you were going to have Sister Abigail versus the Demon.
Yeah. And then just kind of went away.
And now the demons the entities are now released from Bray Wyatt. Yeah. So now Sister Abigail has to come back into Bray Wyatt to get Sister Abigail versus the Demon.
But that too. When is Bray
going to turn on
Matt?
Or why not Matt turn on Bray? And Bray be the face and Matt Hardy be the heel.
The only reason I don't think it'll happen that way is because Matt tried, obviously, so hard to make Bray Woken that he wouldn't want Bray away from his kind of control or army because of just kind of... To take a quote from his old, when he was Husky Harris, how he was the tank with the Ferrari engine, just that he wouldn't want to take that warhead out of his control. But I could see Bray slowly just starting Abigail coming back to him.
Yes.
And just him becoming even more and more uncontrollable, untamed again, and just being the monster he was.
Well, then he would need a payoff like a Universal Championship match afterwards. But we all know how that goes. So you know what? I'm gonna say we're gonna have the Deleters of Worlds probably for another year.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe at WrestleMania.
Think about it, because you can have the B team become the deleted team.
Yeah.
And then you'll have those four in a Survivor Series match against somebody else. So you'll have the Woken Warriors against Sanity, maybe, with an extra person. Which would be fun also. I don't know about that one. But no, I think the Woken...
Because Brian has history with Bray.
I think the Woken... or the Woken Warriors versus Sanity with Brother Nero.
Yeah. I could.
We could be thinking of endless possibilities here. So I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. That's why I can not wait until next week.
But I like just all the directions they're going. But I also like how they're finally greenlighting the UK show.
Yes.
And they're having more UK titles. They're gonna have the UK tag titles, the UK women's title.
That's good.
And the start of the UK titles actually happened tonight when Mustache Mountain or the British Strong Style team of Trent Seven and Tyler Bate beat the Undisputed Era for the NXT tag team titles. And I think what's going to happen is the Mustache Mountain is going to say these are no longer the NXT tag team champions. These are the United Kingdom tag team titles, and then they're going to have Pete Dunne and them be the British Strong Style team again.
That'd be sick.
and like be controlling the UK division for a while, and
I'm
then
loving it.
and then they're gonna have another tournament to decide the new NXT tag team champions.
I'm down with it. Well, that was a very filled pup list show, especially with WWE, because it's not exciting again. You got anything else to say, Adam?
I'm kind of waiting for number one for what's going to happen in NHL free agency and the NBA draft tomorrow. If the Bulls make the move up to either take Bagley or Doncic or Bamba or whoever.
I mean, they got to. I don't know who they're going to trade though, but
they have 2 picks.
They have the 8th pick and
the 7th.
The 7th pick and the what other pick?
22nd.
For what? The 2nd pick? They're gonna want somebody else. Maybe Chris Dunn.
I don't think they'll trade unless they're gonna trade up for a point guard. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna trade Dunn.
You can't get rid of Markkanen.
No, but they can get rid of Portis and a few other players. And Portis throughout the league is kind of viewed favorably because
of his hard work ethic. Yeah.
But like,
okay, I can see that. You know,
and them trading him if they do trade up. Number one, it'll be apparent who they're targeting if they do trade Chris Dunn or if they trade Portis. Because if they trade Dunn, then it's obvious they're going to go for another point guard. Well, yeah. It's obvious their target is Doncic. If they trade Portis, then it's more apparent that their target is Bagley.
True.
And that they want to maybe move Barkin into center and have Bagley as a stretch 4, power 4, and go in that direction. Well, I mean, that's what Markin is
for. Yeah, but, no, I got you. But, you know, they need more.
But it'll be interesting to see how the NBA offseason plays out. Also, the NHL offseason with how the cap has now raised to $80 million in the NHL, which is really kind of sad compared to the caps in other leagues.
Yeah,
but it's also gonna give the Blackhawks some room to finally go into free agency to improve their team and go back. And I think there's gonna be 2 things the Blackhawks do in this offseason. Number one, I think they're gonna trade Anisimov and their 2 picks in the draft.
Okay.
To the Canadians for Scott Darling and Justin Falk.
A lot of people are saying something like that. Yeah.
And then I think they're going to use that cap space to either sign John Tavares or Tommy Panarin.
I know. Yeah, it's Panarin coming back. Panarin coming back. I like it. Do you think there's going to be any other big splashes tomorrow during the NBA draft?
I think the one big splash that's going to happen is actually going to be whoever does trade up to get. But I think what the trade up is going to be the 2nd pick. I think someone's going to take advantage of Vlade Divac and their GM's unknowingness of the NBA so far and how they're kind of still young to the game. I think someone's going to that's why I think, like you said, all they have is the 7-22.
Yeah.
I think a team like Sacramento, who doesn't know any better yet, I think the Bulls could probably go, okay, we'll give you Portis and 1 and 22 for 2.
Yeah.
And then they'll take Bagley or Doncic.
Okay. I think how many years does what's his name again? Guy on he was on Sacramento. He went to New Orleans. I can't think. Cousins. Is he a free agent or is he still got a year left? I don't even know.
He's a free agent, but supposedly he's happy
with New
Orleans.
We'll see if New Orleans signs him again. I think the only splash that you could probably see tomorrow, I think the Lakers might make a splash. I think they might trade away Kuzma. Because I understand that him and Lonzo Ball, they're friends, but they like to really get at each other's throats. Kind of like a certain friend acquaintance of ours that we're sort of like. And that's how it kind of is with Lonzo Ball and Kuzma. I think Kuzma will be traded away, maybe for a pick or a few younger guys. That's the only thing that I can really kind of see.
Like the
Maybe even to Oklahoma City.
Maybe
Oklahoma City might make a splash tomorrow. That they might want to get a little bit more.
Maybe I could see that happening, but also like people keep like bringing up the rumors of possibly Kawhi or LeBron getting traded to the Lakers. If I'm not tomorrow. I don't think it happens at all because number one, the Cavs have no control over trading LeBron.
Well, yeah,
because LeBron is not theirs. He can opt out. He can go wherever he wants.
Right.
And the Spurs won't. And I don't think the Spurs will trade Kawhi to the team he wants to go to.
No.
Because why would they make him happy? Why would they make him more money for just being an uncontrollable ass for the past year?
Not happening.
I think they'll either just keep him on their team and just be like, okay, make yourself look worse by sitting out a full season.
Exactly. Have fun.
And if the Lakers sign these people like they signed George, Paul, and LeBron like they're rumored to be, and they don't have money anymore, where do you think you're going to go then, Kawhi?
It's a headache. That's why WWE up, NBA right now down.
Well, NBA's been down for the past few years.
Yeah,
NBA is the most boring league there is.
I'm James.
And I'm Adam.
This is the Pup List. We'll see you the next time.
In 2 weeks because I'm going to Vegas.
Oh, yeah, shit, that's right.
Because once again, that is consistency.
Very consistent.